What is going on, guys? Commodore Labs here today, bringing to you guys a One Piece discussion, and today we'll be talking about the Reverie, an arc that's set to come up in the One Piece story once we conclude things over at Whole Cake Island, and the arc that will be coming before the events of Wano. Now, honestly, I'm excited for the Reverie arc because, it's one of those arcs that we're finally going to get some time away from the Straw Hats. Even though I like the time we spent with the Straw Hats in the story, I feel like we're right now at a stage where we kind of need to know what's going on in the One Piece world, kind of know what's going on with all these other characters that we haven't seen in a long time, especially with the characters we're going to be seeing soon at the Reverie. Characters like Vivi, Shirahoshi. I mean, we kind of saw Rebecca and Viola and stuff a little while ago, but honestly, it's going to be cool to see like all the people that Luffy kind of interacted with finally being in one place, kind of like in a way supporting him in a sense, because for sure his name's going to be coming up. They're going to kind of make their own decrees and tell people, exactly what, the Straw Hats have done for them, for their own home countries and stuff. And it might change the image of how Luffy is looked at upon the world government in a good light or in an even worse light, depending on how it's going to be scripted. But depending on how things work out, we could see, potential, an even more of a danger threat coming from the Straw Hats. But honestly, the best thing about the Reverie that I'm excited for is, the characters are going to be brought up in the arc, characters like, the Revolutionary Army with Dragon, seeing hopefully, him declaring war is something I would like to see happen at the Reverie, because I feel like where we are in the One Piece story right now with the whole stuff with the world government, I think like by the next time we look at, let's say 4 years from now, whenever the next Reverie is going to be, I think by that point we're going to be at war. Like there's no way I can see it where the world government's still going to have like, the Shishibukai system that they can work with. The three great powers itself might be gone by that time. I mean, like 4 years from now, we could see, Kaido, Big Mom, and possibly Shanks all have fallen, to the, the supernovas, Blackbeard, all of them. So I can't see it where like the world government's going to have like this balance that's keeping the world at peace. Because by that time, 3-4 years from now, for whenever the next Reverie is going to be, we're probably going to be at war with the entire world. So I think at this point, like we have to look at it as like there's going to be a big danger factor coming up in the One Piece story, because now that balance is gone, Havoc is going to be wrecked and everyone's just going to be going crazy, and there's no way to keep the peace. But before we get into the chaos bit, I want to talk about certain characters, a certain group that I like to see show up at the Reverie to kind of show the importance of this Reverie in particular, because it's probably going to be a lot different, the most important one compared to maybe all the other ones that they had in the past. And a certain group that I would like to see come in here, and not the Revolutionary Army, but the Gorosei. Now, the Gorosei are a group of people that I've been wanting to know information about in the story of One Piece. We don't even know their names. That's how mysterious these guys are. Like the 5 Elder Stars are the people who pretty much run the world government. They run the world, and they're pretty much the people that I like to see more information from. Maybe if we, get some info on the Void Sentry, some stuff that Nefertari Cobra and stuff was kind of going to talk about, with the poneglyphs and, why his ancestors and stuff were taking care of those things back in the day, what exactly happened, during the Blank Century. I mean, I feel like we might get like little snippets and stuff here and there during the Reverie. I mean, like it's been a long time since we've, tried to uncover like any form of information. Like we've heard like little nibbles and stuff here and there and stuff, but like nothing really concrete. And I feel like now will be a cool time to finally see a little bit more information in the story of One Piece, regarding the Void Sentry itself. And maybe we'll get to see some names regarding the Gorosei, because some people I know, I think it was over on Or Jackson or somewhere on YouTube, but people were talking about how their names and stuff could be based on the actual like rich families and stuff in the real world, stuff like, the Mars family, the, the Wall family, like all those kind of stuff, where they're based on like the richest people in the modern world. And that was something I'm really interested to see, if that comes true. Now, one of the things I would like to see happen during the Reverie, of course, is, Dragon, the Revolutionary Army showing up, getting ready to cause some havoc, or pretty much, the thing that everyone keeps on saying, kind of like almost like what Toby did in Naruto, the Great Ninja War and stuff. He pretty much declares war on the world government, and I feel like he might be doing something like that, considering right now, like there's, Dragon setting up all the revolutionary leaders and everything, gathering together, because I think right now Dragon sees that things are starting to go into a direction where the world government are starting to go down, and he might see this as an opportunity right now to pretty much go after, the world government, take them out. Because like I said before, the 3 great powers pretty much come into, no balance. If the Shishibukai system is gone, maybe some of the Shishibukai are probably going to want to ride with Dragon and try and take down the world government for a lot of things that, they've been doing to them. Like, with Ball Hancock, if she doesn't have her status as a Shishibukai, they could, the world government, the Marines are going out to her island. So we could maybe possibly see something where maybe some of those Shishibukai can end up working with Dragon afterwards and kind of like, form this kind of alliance to go against the world government for all the things that they probably would, end up doing to them if they weren't affiliated with them. You know, and touching upon the Revolutionary Army, of course, if Sabo ends up showing up at the Reverie, I think it would be a missed opportunity if we don't get to see an interaction between him and Stelly. Like, honestly, I want to see what Stelly, like his full facial appearance and stuff looks like, because we know the guy's personality is, you know, pretty much garbage. You know, even as a kid, he had like this smug look. Like, he was just that kid like you wanted to punch in the face every time you go into the classroom and stuff. Like, I feel like he's gonna have like that same resemblance possibly from when he was a kid, just upgrade to the point where it's like, yo, I'm swinging on sight. Like, this guy is gonna be one of those people, man, that like you still want to be around. And honestly, I think it would be a missed opportunity from like Oda if we don't get to see Sabo potentially meeting, you know, his stepbrother Stelly. You know, maybe see what kind of confrontation they'll have. Like, maybe Sabo's gonna probably, you know, have a talk with them or something, or I don't know. It depends on where, you know, things are gonna go from there. But I think it would be really cool to see those two have some kind of form of interaction between each other. And then, of course, you know, stuff like the, you know, the abolishment of the Shishibukai system, which I think has a good chance of possibly crumbling, considering like all the things that have been going down, you know, with Doflamingo, you know, pretty much, you know, him being taken down and all of his secrets and stuff about him, you know, funding, you know, wars while retaining a position in the world government. I think, like, you know, little things like that eventually are going to make its way throughout the world. And it's come to a point where like the system itself has no benefits to the world government at this point. Like, it's just painting them in a bad light when they're supposed to be considered the good and the pirates are supposed to be considered the bad. And now it's like the roles have kind of reversed. And then obviously with what Luffy's been doing, like, you know, liberating a lot of these, you know, islands and stuff from, you know, people that are trying to, you know, take over and take out people, you know, with Big Mom over Fisherman Island, Doflamingo over at Just Rosa. It's starting to look like now like people are going to start banding up together, you know, to aid Luffy's cause. You know, it's going to be something where, you know, we've seen like Fisherman Island's willing to, you know, raise up its, you know, the Straw Hats flag. Same thing with Dress Rosa. You know, we can say with Alabasta as well too. I mean, Vivi most likely is going to be, you know, supporting Luffy the entire time, and same thing with, you know, Shirahoshi, Rebecca, and all of them, even King Riku. So it's going to be one of those things where like now Luffy is going to have so much support that whole thing about, you know, Akainu saying like he's going to be this threat that needs to be taken care of now before it grows. Now that threat has grown, and now it's going to see, you know, where Akainu is going to take this, because I want to predict and say that maybe Akainu is, you know, going to say like if something happens, let's say for example if Kaido, you know, falls at Wano, I think he'll probably go on his own. He'll probably hunt down Luffy on his own and say, screw it, I'm going to go after this kid, I'm going to take him out, you know, because he's really getting on my, you know, my nerves, and I just can't allow, you know, the Son of Dragon, you know, to keep on, you know, running amok. And unless Dragon does show up in this arc and Akainu is there as well, I mean, maybe we get to see a clash between the two of them. It might end up getting off screen like a lot of the things that we've been seeing, you know, whenever it comes to Akainu's fights, you know, recently, or even like stuff with Dragon and Blackbeard, we never got to see that. But because there's such like huge fights, I think like showing them off now will kind of kill the hype for maybe later on down the line when we're supposed to be expecting those type of fights. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the Reverie, you know, my little discussion I wanted to have about it. You know, first time doing one of these kind of videos. So if you guys want to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, what are you know, your ideas? What do you want to see happen at the Reverie? You know, certain characters you want to see show up, certain topics being brought up that may not have been mentioned in this video that you want to leave down in the comment section below. Feel free to do so. Like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. And I'll catch you in the next one. So Commodore Laz, signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.